and the boys had figured out things about SnapGuide that I didn't even know about at first.
Because she trusts us.
But the boys found out that there was a video feature and really wanted to record themselves. And so this was something that I decided not to limit that group on, let them experiment with it so that they could see how far it could take them. And it was really neat to see how proud they were of it and how they could then demonstrate that for other groups in our class.
What we did is we worked together as a team to figure out stuff that the teachers didn't tell us to do, and we think that other kids should be able to learn stuff all by themselves. Well, we feel really good because we all worked as a team. We all agreed on doing photos because we all worked as a team to figure out a different way how to make our SnapGuide. And at the very beginning, we started fighting. Then we figured out a way, and we compromised.
Using SnapGuide and being able to use the video function and seeing my group of boys that used it successfully has been a really big eye-opener for us this year, so that when we're using other apps, it's really taught me to then trust students and let them use the app and experiment with it and make sure that our content's strong, but see how far they can take it.
As you may be able to tell, I'm not the youngest individual on the planet, and I'm starting to get a little bit of the olds disease where I'm resistant to change. It made me nervous dealing with new technology for a long time. My students utilize technology to present their understanding, so for me to have a top to bottom understanding of the technology involved isn't important, and I need to facilitate their learning as efficiently as possible, and I need to not worry about new technology. If I have questions, there are plenty of people willing to help. Typically the people who help me, however, are the young people who sit in my classroom. They don't have the inhibitions that come with being an adult. They're willing to explore, and because of that, they're pretty adept at managing new technology, far more than I am. So when I get in the technology bind, all I have to do is ask them.
Felt like he had to be the genius the past few years, and so he didn't really want to hand over the controls, and eventually he just kind of let go a little bit and, you know, kind of gave us more responsibilities into class. It makes me feel like I don't have to rely on him as much, I guess, because he's handing us the controls and it's our turn to do what he once had to do.
For Prezi. So choice is a big thing, and versatility is a big thing. You don't just have to use the standard district set of tools.
I like to have choice when I'm doing a project because it's just easier because I'm not being forced into something, and it just helps my brain use its imagination and not being forced into something that I really don't want to do. So it's not something that I
do a good job because it's not what they want to do. But if we have more than one choice, then we can choose what we like or prefer, and we can do better because it's something we actually want to do.
I think technology is good for students to use because with technology it opens up so many different platforms and so many different formatting tools that makes it just so much easier than pencil and paper would. And even if the teacher doesn't know, if it's the kids doing the project anyway, then it really doesn't matter. Miss Morton, our teacher, gave us a list of what we could use. But she also said we could use whatever we wanted, and even if it wasn't on the list.
I don't ever wanna let you down. I don't ever wanna leave this town.
This year we've had to take a lot more risks with the kids, and they have accepted them 100%. The level of enthusiasm, of energy, of learning is way different this year than it has ever been for me before because of the amount of risks that I am personally taking as a teacher, and that flowing over into my classroom. And the kids are just not afraid to take risks. For this group of kids, I had them in first grade and I've seen how they've changed over the years, so it's very interesting to watch what happens when you turn your classroom into a risk-taking environment and an inquiry-based classroom.
Technology is a great source for research than just using a book that is more current. Ms. Stringer and Ms. Rayner are brave for letting us use technology and giving us different choices. Technology impacts a lot of our learning. It makes me feel more confident.
Whenever the teachers let me do technology, I feel like they believe in me.